Who would win, Superman Prime 1 million or Rune King Thor? Superman has two strongest versions, Superman Prime 1 million and Superman wearing the cosmic armor. Meanwhile, Thor also has two most powerful versions, Old King Thor and the New King Thor. When comparing these two characters in comics, you'll realize the tremendous power both superheroes possess. However, Superman often has some rather silly weaknesses and almost always dies at the end of the story. On the other hand, Marvel's writers continuously develop Thor, making him increasingly stronger. They even claim that Thor hasn't fully tapped into the power of the rune magic, and he can still easily defeat omnipotent being. But before we dive into the analysis, please hit the subscribe button, and remember to enable notifications by clicking the bell icon. Just like how Superman dons the cosmic armor and sacrifices himself, and Old King Thor becomes a more powerful entity when he ascends the throne. Comparing these two characters isn't simple. Many DC fans believe that Thor possesses a powerful arsenal, along with many extraordinary abilities he has yet to fully exploit. That's why when comparing Superman Prime and Superman the Cosmic Armor to Rune King Thor, Old King Thor, this comparison really holds meaning. While Superman has reached his peak, Thor continues his journey with the potential to become even stronger, and he can still unlock hidden powers far beyond what we've seen. Both characters have achieved incredible feats, but Rune King Thor surpasses this as he exists beyond reality. Thor can manipulate the fabric of time, resurrect the dead, and more importantly, he has not been defeated or killed yet. This gives Thor a significant advantage compared to Superman Prime. Though Superman Prime has reached a nearly unimaginable level of power, Rune King Thor's immortality and time manipulation make him a formidable opponent who is difficult to surpass. Attack power cosmic level potentially stronger than Kal Kent. His power is amplified by the Green Lantern ring, small planet level stronger than his former self, multiverse level comparable to, or even stronger than his former self after many sunsets. Under the influence of the Golden Sun, Superman Prime possesses latent powers similar to an average Kryptonian. This includes solar energy absorption as Superman Prime's primary source of power, especially under optimal conditions. His superpowers depend mainly on exposure to solar radiation from yellow stars. Superman Prime's unique biological structure contains several organs that humans do not have, and their functions remain unclear. It is believed that one or more of these organs, combined with his biocell matrix, help store energy from yellow solar radiation for later use. Thanks to this ability, Superman can maintain his superpowers even without direct radiation, although his strength gradually decreases instead of disappearing instantly. Heat Vision Superman Prime can release powerful heat rays from his eyes by simply focusing on a target, a fully conscious action. He can adjust the temperature of these rays, as well as control the range and area affected. Superman Prime's hearing is extremely sensitive, allowing him to hear any sound no matter how small the volume or frequency. With great concentration and skill, he can completely ignore unnecessary surrounding noises, focusing only on a specific sound source or frequency. This ability helps him detect and respond quickly to threats, even those far away or hidden. Superman Prime's vision processes the entire electromagnetic spectrum and allows for broad control of perception and selective focus. Electromagnetic spectrum vision Superman Prime has the ability to see through most bands of the electromagnetic spectrum, enabling him to recognize and observe radio signals, television transmissions, and all other broadcast frequencies. With this power, he can detect or analyze invisible frequencies to normal humans. Additionally, he can use this ability to avoid detection from monitoring devices like radar or satellites, making him nearly impossible to track. Even more remarkable, Superman Prime can see the aura around living objects, allowing him to detect life or energy without direct contact. Telescopic vision, this is the ability to see an object at a great distance without violating physical laws. Although it has limits, the exact range of this ability remains unknown. Functionally, it is similar to a camera zoom lens. X-ray vision. This is the ability to see through any volume of matter except light. Superman Prime can see things behind a solid, opaque object as if it wasn't there. He can focus this ability to peel away the layers of an object, allowing for observation of hidden images or internal working. The exact type of energy perceived, such as X-rays, cosmic rays, or some other energy invisible to ordinary humans, remains unclear. However, this ability perceives an energy source around it, not related to the eyes projecting a concentrated beam, which could be harmful and reflect back from objects. Microscopic vision, this is the ability to see objects and images that are extremely small, down to the atomic level. Infrared vision Superman Prime can see more clearly in the dark and even in complete darkness. Superman Prime has the ability to control gravitons, allowing him to defy gravity and fly freely. He can hover in place or move fluidly in any position and direction he desires. Thanks to the interaction between the dense molecular structure of his body and his supercharged bioelectric aura, Superman Prime becomes nearly invulnerable to the most powerful energy forces. This defensive capability extends further, making him immune to toxins and diseases. Furthermore, he can maintain continuous physical activity for an unlimited amount of time, thanks to his ability to convert radiation from a yellow sun directly into energy. However, despite his overwhelming strength, he still needs to meet basic physiological and psychological needs like eating, drinking, and sleeping to maintain his body's balance. Superman Prime's power is enhanced by yellow solar radiation interacting with the density, resilience, and greater biological efficiency of his muscle system compared to humans. His strength is an active conscious will on energy fields rather than actual physical strength. This conscious act will allows him to perform physical feats beyond mere applied force, such as moving a mountain peak without causing the rock to collapse under its own weight. Superman Prime can move at incredible speeds purely through willpower. This extends to his perception, allowing him to perform feats like catching bullets mid-flight or covering long distances in a short or no time at all. Superman Prime can create powerful storms simply by blowing air from his lungs. He can cool the air as he exhales, instantly freezing his target. Additionally, he can do the reverse, easily inhaling large amounts of air or vapor into his lungs. Superman Prime also has an extraordinary lifespan compared to normal humans, maintaining peak health as long as he continues to absorb light from the golden sun. He stayed inside Earth's sun for 15,000 years, elevating his abilities to an undefined, possibly infinite level. Superman Prime is even said to be stronger than Cal Kent, who has power beyond the gravity of a collapsing star and possesses speed many times faster than light. Please subscribe to the channel, it helps us a lot. And you'll get to watch amazing videos every day. You're the best, thank you very much. Like modern-day Superman, Superman Prime possesses immense willpower, enough to operate the Green Power Ring. Weaknesses in the past. Superman Prime has been noted as being unable to connect to the Headment, the interplanetary information system that links all inhabitants in the 853rd century. The reason is that his brain had not evolved enough to be compatible with this technology. In fact, the frequency emitted by Superman Prime's brain interfered with his superhuman hearing, making him susceptible to being overwhelmed by sounds. If Prime never overcomes this limitation, he will be cut off from the flow of information that nearly all sentient beings of his era can access. This also makes him vulnerable to extremely high-pitched frequencies, turning his super-sensitive hearing into an exploitable weakness. In a final attack, Solaris killed thousands of Supermen to fire kryptonite into the sun and kill Superman Prime before he could appear. The Green Lantern of the JLA, a hero wielding power Solaris had never encountered before, caused Solaris to become a supernova, and he, along with the Superman of the 853rd century, stopped the resulting explosion, but not before the kryptonite was released. Vandal Savage of the future used stolen time gauntlets to teleport from Mars to Earth. However, unfortunate for Savage. Walker Gabriel and Mitch Shelley, the immortal man known as Resurrection Man, Savage's eternal foe through the millennia, sabotaged the gauntlet. Instead of teleporting through space alone, Savage was pulled through time, arriving in Montevideo just minutes before the nuclear explosion he caused centuries earlier, leading to his final death. Later, the truth was revealed: a secret conspiracy had been quietly operating for centuries, warned by the upheavals of the 20th century. Huntress, influenced by time capsules her class was studying, realized they had centuries to prepare a perfect plan to stop Solaris. Part of their plan included replacing the hidden kryptonite with a disguised Green Lantern ring, allowing Superman to escape from the sun and destroy Solaris. Afterward, the original Superman and the future Hourman used a DNA sample to recreate Lois Lane, complete with superpowers. Superman then also recreated Krypton along with all its deceased inhabitants in Earth's solar system and lived happily ever after with Lois. A true Skyfather is a galaxy destroyer. Unlike common characters, the Skyfathers of DC fall far short of their Marvel counterparts in terms of raw power. The only high-level battle feat that Cass has is that he withstood an explosion with the heat of 10 billion suns. Even then, Superman is essentially a solar battery, not that impressive. Yes, Cosmic Armor Superman Cass is considered the most powerful heroic entity in the DC universe. However, he is not immortal, because the nature of Cass is not a living individual but a conceptual armor. Cass cannot die because he is essentially not a living being but a symbol of pure concept, a cosmic armor. An idea cannot be destroyed or killed because it has no soul. Cass exists as a conceptual weapon and can only be harmed on the conceptual or abstract thought level. Therefore, Cass is not a creature that can die. Rune King Thor easily destroyed Yggdrasil, the World Tree. He defeated those who sit above and shadow beings that had absorbed the energy of the Norse gods for millions of years. Loki believed they could become beyonders. Oh, and did you know that those who sit above and shadow are actually the gods of the Norse gods, including Odin? That's right, they returned a few years later, much weaker, but they were still defeated and surpassed by Rune King Thor. Rune King Thor held back Mangog with one hand and then proceeded to erase the monster from existence effortlessly. This being, an embodiment of a billion souls, was so strong that even Odin could not defeat it. That was the destroyer armor that Mangog was tearing apart, slicing him Mjolnir in half. Rune King Thor tore off Loki's head and kept him alive while his body slowly died. He tore through the spatial barriers of the realms with a single blow, creating a path from Muspelheim to Valhalla. Rune King Thor ended the Ragnarok cycle and destroyed the Tapestry of Fate, a feat that even Odin with all his power, could not accomplish. Ragnarok was an endless cycle of death and rebirth, a fate even the greatest gods like Odin had to accept enduring forever. However, Rune King Thor, with the supernatural power from rune magic and the deep understanding gained from Mimir's well, achieved near absolute wisdom. This made Thor not only stronger than any previous version of himself, but also superior to all other superheroes in the Marvel Universe. Even Thanos, when wielding the heart of the universe, one of the most powerful entities in all of creation, could hardly match Rune King Thor's new power. Thor's strength and wisdom now place him on a level few can reach. Rune King Thor destroyed 9 universes within a day of gaining his power, casually. Now give him 85,000 years like you gave Superman 1 million years and imagine that power. He is one with the universe. That alone removes any version of Superman from this fight. He is part of the universe. Now, if somehow Thor did something to anger Golden Superman, I don't think there would be any power in the world except an entity like the one above all or the presence that could stop Golden Superman and Rune King Thor from fighting. If that happens, then I feel sorry for Rune King Thor, but I believe he will become non-existent. Golden Superman will move at a speed so fast that it would resemble teleportation to Rune King Thor. It would be like a scene from One Punch Man with a large hole through Thor's body and guts everywhere, and Superman Prime 1 million just standing there with his fist millimeters away from where Thor's stomach used to be. So Rune King Thor would easily defeat Superman Prime 1 million, but Cosmic Armor Superman has a 40% chance of winning against Rune King Thor in his non-existent form. What do you guys think? We'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you all for watching. That's today's video. I'll stop it here. Thank you very much.